What's on YouTube? It's PTT back at it with another Division video. Today I bring you a requested video that follows up on my Flawless Legendary Times Square video, and that is my personal classy Predator's Mark build video. Now before we start guys, let me just say that no, I am no Marco. I don't claim to have the best Predator's Mark build for PvP or PvE, but it does work for me and my team, and that's why I wanted to run you through it. Now, I'll also run through a few variations of this build and things I change depending on what I'm doing. But for now, this is my basic PvE Predator's Mark, unoptimized, classified build. If you see anything you feel I'm doing wrong and could change up to make the most of this build, then please let me know in the comments section down below. As again, I don't claim to know it all and we all make mistakes. But with all that said and done, let's just jump straight into it. First, we will look at the gear set bonuses to remind ourselves of what they are and how they work. So first up, we have the 2 set bonus, and this rewards plus 10% reload speed. The 3 set bonus reward plus 8% assault rifle damage and 8% SMG damage. The 4-piece set bonus, Predator's Mark talent, hit 10 shots without switching targets to make the target bleed for 50% of damage already done by those bullets. The new classified 5-piece set bonus rewards a further 10% reload speed, 8% assault rifle damage, and another 8% SMG damage. And then finally the big one, the 6-piece classified set bonus, improved Predator's Mark. Hitting 10 shots without switching target now applies the Predator's Mark, which makes the target bleed for 50% of the damage already done by those bullets. The Predator's Mark ignores the target's bleed resistance. The damage over time to the target is increased by 15% for every 3,000 stamina and can critically hit the target. And now for the crazy part guys, when at 9,000 stamina, the damage over time bonus is increased by an additional 120%. You heard that right guys, if you spec to 9,000 stamina, then you will hit a bleed for 170% of the original damage dealt. Now, sure, you have lower firearms when spec'd so highly into stamina, but with that higher bleed, you really will be surprised how little the firearms makes. And then when you start to play around with the gear and recalibrate a few bits of it, bang a few well-placed mods onto it, then you will be surprised by the fact that although you have 9k stamina, you can also hit about 4k firearms too. And that, if done right, can also mean that most weapon talents can be unlocked if you use the 3rd slot on your weapon for the talents like competent, responsive, and other talents that require even higher firearms than we have or a higher electronics roll than we currently have. Now then, all of this being said, let's now check out my build and talk you through it. So up first, let's look at the chest piece. I have rolled on my chest health and enemy armor damage. It also comes with ammo capacity and has a main stat roll to stamina, as again we're going for hitting that 9k soft limit with the stamina rolls. Next we have the mask. Again, with a main stat of stamina, we have also rolled enemy armor damage and a minor attribute of blind/death resistance. Now, footnote here, guys, damage to elites is obviously the better option for a PvE build, but I had to re-roll from firearms to stamina, and I had a poor option on the major attribute, so I had to re-roll that too. But my aim is to end up with a stamina, enemy armor damage, damage to elites mask eventually. Next, our knee pads. Here I have rolled again stamina as a main stat, health as a major, and damage to elites as a minor. Onto our backpack next, we have again, unsurprisingly, a main stat of stamina, a major attribute of health, and a minor attribute of burn resistance. Another footnote here is that I want to get another pack that has stamina, health, and ammo capacity, as I find you really do blitz through ammo, and when you don't have ammo capacity on certain bits of gear, you run out very quickly. The gloves are up next, and again, we look at a stamina main stat with quick chance, crit damage, and assault rifle damage. Now, to note here guys, I personally believe that there are several ways in which you can roll a good set of gloves depending on what you're going for. You can go down the route of crit chance, crit damage and weapon damage, or you can rock skill haste and something like health on kill. But to say that the Predator's Mark set is based around a target bleed for X amount of damage dealt, I believe that a crit chance, crit damage build is one of the better options to go, as this will help increase your damage output and thus give you a stronger bleed. Now, like some of the other gear, I'm hoping and kind of looking to get another set of gloves here that rock crit chance, crit damage, SMG damage, but for now they will definitely do. And finally, we have our holster. Here, obviously, we have all three main stats with health as a major role. Now then, let's look at the armor mods, because these are very important when making up a good Predator's Mark build, but like anything, you can choose to go down multiple different routes. So first up, I have one stamina mod on my chest, and this is to make sure that I get to the 9,000 stamina mark. Then I have firearms mods rolled to every other piece of gear so that I can hit as high a firearms as possible. Now, as you can see, I currently have 9,068 stamina and 3,966 firearms. My aim after a little bit of optimization is to break 4K firearms and drop the stamina mod for an extra firearms mod, or if possible drop an electronics mod onto my backpack to break 3K electronics, 9K stamina and 4K firearms. But that will kind of have to wait and see when I finally get round to optimizing this set. Now, as far as performance mods go, I have 6% self-heal mod on my knee pads, holster and backpack. As with such low electronics, my self-heals are kind of extremely weak, and I do like to have as good a self-heal as possible with a build that has next to no electronics. Now then, that's the build over, guys. Let's take a look at some of the important stats before we go any further. So with my LVOA equipped, I have 16% crit chance, 43% crit damage, 100% headshot damage, 28.5% reload speed, and 26% assault rifle damage. I have 15% damage to elites and 52% enemy armor damage, with a total maximum health of 445,337. With my house equipped, I actually have a crit chance of 30.5%. I have 97% crit hit damage, 62% headshot damage, but only 16% SMG damage bonus. This is where you see, guys, that I actually want a new set of gloves. I keep the 15% damage to elites, obviously, but drop to 13% enemy armor damage, as of course the SMGs now have crit chance baked into it as a trait, while assault rifles have enemy armor damage. And yeah, that overall, guys, is my PvE classy Predator's Mark build. Now, I did say earlier, guys, that this set can be focused a lot more towards PvE and the PvP side of things. So let's quickly talk about that before I head off. You remember, guys, purple gear mods, right? They come with lower base stats for stamina, firearms and electronics, but they do come with things like damage to elites. You see where I'm going. If you bang on a full set of purple mods to your gear, then you can give yourself a minimum of an extra 15% damage to elites. But of course, you do trade in some of your firearms and or stamina to do so. The same cannot be said, though, of the high-end mods that come with things like crit hit chance. So, on the PvP side of things, you could rock performance mods with things like critical hit chance of 2% instead of your self-heal percent increase, and give yourself a further 8+ crit hit chance. Now, I'm no PvP expert, I will admit it, you guys already know it, but I do believe the higher your crit chance, the higher damage output you can potentially have, so yeah, there's that. Now, I feel like I always have to reiterate this, guys, but this is just my build. It's probably, and I have no doubt that it is nowhere near perfect, but it does work for me and my team. If you see anything I could tweak to get more out of my set, then please feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. But bear in mind, I do play PvE far more than I do PvP. Now, hopefully I've given you a slight insight into my build and how I have it set up, and how I kind of had the whole thing rocking and rolling. And if you wish to see it in action, then at the end of the video I will leave a link to our flawless Times Square legendary run, where I was indeed running this set, and you can see how effective it really is. But that for now, guys, is going to wrap up the video. I thank you very much as always for watching. Have a great night. Don't forget, if you're new, to drop a cheeky little subscribe. It helps me out, it helps the channel out, and of course, if you like the video, then a thumbs up would be super appreciated as well. But for now, guys, I'm off. thank you very much for watching. Any questions, leave in the comment section down below, and I will catch you all in the next one. Good night, guys, and I'll catch you all soon.